Hello everybody, Mr. Marathon Mike Pietto in our Out and About Town series. And look who I have with me, Ileana Ros Lehtinen.
He snagged me. Let's give them something to talk about.
You got it, baby. She's our congressional woman from Washington, and she watches over parts of Dade and all of Monroe County.
I love it. I am so blessed to have this wonderful community. We've got to bring more jobs to this area. We've got to have a better future for our high school graduates. So we're working together with you to make sure that we have a better tomorrow for all of our Keys residents.
Well, and we appreciate everything that you're doing. And how are things in Washington with all the mumbo jumbo going on?
Oh my gosh, you know, there's a big division there, and it's so nasty, it's so personal, and I think the people are disgusted with us. The polls indicate there's a 14% approval rating for members of Congress, and I'm thinking, who are those 14%? It's got to be friends and family. People want us to work together. They want us to move the economy going, get the economy going. They want us to produce jobs. The unemployment rate in Dade County is 13%. Here is a little bit lower, but it's because a lot of people have just given up looking for jobs. We've got a deficit that's out of control, a debt that's crushing the next generation, and people are disgusted with the partisanship, with belly aching. They want us to get to work, and they're showing their disgust very clearly. So I take that seriously, and I try to get together with my colleagues and see where we can agree. And it doesn't mean, hey, you can always get along if you just don't have any principles. No, you've got to get along, stick to your guns, advance the policy of less regulation, lower taxes, more opportunities, and create jobs. Let the private sector create jobs, not more government bureaucracy.
Exactly, and I think that everything that you're trying to do for Monroe County, you've been our congressional woman for how many years now? Come on.
I just got here. I'm against those bums in D.C. Come on, Mike. Come on, work with me here, buddy.
And we just really appreciate everything that you're doing for Monroe County. It's really, it's totally awesome, and you're out there helping us out. You're working with all the city councils. You're working with the county commission. I think that's very big.
Well, it's very important because people have to understand in D.C. that Monroe County may look like this peaceful, wonderful community where they come and spend a few dollars for their vacation, but there are a lot of economic hardships here, and we've got to pay attention to the infrastructure. We've got to pay attention to the educational program. There's a lot that we can do when we get together with the federal government, state, and local government to help the communities help themselves. It's not that government is the answer. Bureaucracy is not going to do it all. It's individual initiatives and setting down the groundwork so that individual can create jobs. And today we had an opportunity to visit a few companies here in the Marathon, and I'm very impressed with the way that they're building up their economic infrastructure here. We went to the Holiday Inn. They hired 15 people. Went to the aquarium. They're hiring people. Everywhere we went to some of the restaurants, they're hiring. So I'm very impressed, and the future's looking great, but we always have to work on it. We have to think about tomorrow and help the folks get jobs and get a great education.
Did you have fun at the Dolphin Research Center?
Well, that was wonderful. That Dolphin Research Center is a great draw-in for the locals, but for the tourists. You know, there are very few places when you can get up close and personal. And we got real close and we got real personal. We got film to show you later, after hours.
I think that's great. And one last thing in reference to, I know that we have redistricting, coming up. Is there anything that we can do or whatever to make sure that you stick around, that you're here? I mean, I know that
I'm fighting to make sure that I get to keep the keys. As you know, Mike, congressmen don't do our own lines. It's
right.
The state legislators who do it. So Tallahassee will determine what district I get, but I told them I have one priority, and that is keeping the Keys. I understand the Keys. I work well with the Keys residents and all the chambers and businesses, so I hope that I'm able to keep it, and I'm pushing for it. It's out of my hands.
Well, again, we appreciate everything that you've done for Monroe County, and we definitely want to make sure that we're going to go protest. We're going to go protest. We're going to make sure. We're going to make sure.
All right.
Make sure that you stay here, and we just thank you very much for this interview. And
thank you, Mike. Thank you.
We love you and
love the Middle Keys. Love all the Keys.
Until next time.